Broadcast going live. Okie doke. We're going to screen share 2. You got me? All right, folks, we're just getting set up right here. Give us just a second while people come on board. And Justin, what I'm going to do is find you right here as well. I'm going to find you inside of our Zoom. All right, looks like we're shaking. We're live. Give us just a couple minutes, folks. We're going to get right going on. I'm just going to get my peeps and get my co-host on the call here. Make sure our sound checks are all good to go, and then we're going to get rolling right away. Let's see. Okay. Looks like we're live here. I do not have my panelists, but we're going to go ahead and go live on this. Before I get started on this thingy, I want to make sure that you guys can all hear my sound. Give me a sec. Let me do a quick sound check, and if you guys can go ahead and chat inside of the box real fast. Give me a little bit of love. Can you guys hear me okay? Love. Yes, Joe, Wayne, Sean. What's up, everybody? Okay, good. And can you guys also see my screen? And you should be seeing becoming the digital mayor of your town using video and your personal brand. Give me another little yes. All right. Well, let's get going, folks. We're going to cover quite a bit in a short amount of time. And I'm really excited to show you guys what we've been doing. This has been about a project in about a year or so, and we cracked it. And we're going to show you guys everything that we're going to be covering. So without further ado, I want to get right on into that. We like keeping this sort of open-ended. If you have questions, go ahead and ask them to us. We're happy to answer them on the spot. But here's what we're going to cover. I just got done with a podcast. Right now, we're just talking about why marketing your personal brand matters and why it's so freaking important. We're going to cover on how to decide what your video series is all about. Maybe some of you guys are like, I want to do video, but I just don't know where to start. That's probably the biggest thing that I've seen. We're going to walk through and show you examples of all the different types of non-real estate videos to create. Then we're going to show you how to distribute the videos you do create, and then show you how to do all this with your friggin' smartphone. This little thing here, folks, and this little thing here called the gimbal is night and day, and it is a game changer. We're going to see why on this call. Now, we're also going to show you at the end how to do this all for you. So let's get right on into it. Are you guys ready? All right, Al. I see you, Al. I'm going to see how you crack the code. So let's start at the beginning. We're going to do a little bit of review, and we're going to get right into the nuts and meat and potatoes of this. But this is what this is all about, all right? Folks, look what's going on. Zillow right now is a perfect example of this. And Zillow's changing the way the lead intake is coming in. And there's teams around the country that are up in arms about it. Never rely on someone else for your business. And that's the whole reason why we're talking about building a strong personal brand, because when you do, you will control your own audience. See, an agent with a strong personal brand doesn't chase business. Business chases them. And it's not something about, something you should do. It's something I believe every agent needs to do for this reason. And let's go through that. Now, we're going to be talking about video today, but I want you to understand that video is not a lead generation strategy. To me, it's a brand building strategy. I want you to look around your market right now. And have you noticed that some of the top agents in your market are also using video consistently? Now, that's not done by coincidence, folks. That is done because it is just, it ties together. There's no coincidence with that. See, what video allows you to really do, especially nowadays, is to sort of stand out, be a little bit different. But more importantly, video is more of a tool to connect with people. People do business with agents they know, like, and trust. And this is exactly why your brand matters and not the brokerage that you hang your license with. A lot of times people come up and they say, hey, I'm just going to use my broker's brand. I'm like, what the hell is that going to do for you? Let's be honest. These are the stats. Only 4% of consumers picked the agent because of the brand they're actually affiliated with. 96% of consumers chose you, the agent. People do business with agents they know, like, and trust, but only when they remember you're a fucking agent, okay? That's what this is about. You cannot be a closet agent and not have anyone know about what you do. And this is one of those ways to help mitigate that. When you're everywhere all of the time, people will start remembering you, but you have to remember that you're just a real estate agent. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just a real estate agent, but people don't remember that I do real estate. They remember my brand, not my job. That's what this is all about. When you associate your brand with your job, you win. All right. This is why it's so important, because what we're talking about is where business really comes from. These aren't my stats. These are NAR stats. And if we look at it, I want you guys to follow my mouse. I'm going to go right through here, and I'm going to show 51% of buyers last year closed because they were referred to their agent. They didn't find them on Facebook. They didn't find them on Zillow. They didn't find them on Trulia. They didn't go to Craigslist. They were referred to the agent they closed with. Now, 12% of buyers used the agent in the past. 51 plus 12 is 63%. My first question is that if 63% of business, that's the large majority, comes from the people you already know, why isn't that the number one lead source? That's what we're talking about. Now, if you add up some of these other stats, referrals from another realtor, relocation company, this adds us and takes us up to 66% of business. And here are the interesting ones. 4% of business came from an open house. 10% came from a for sale sign, someone standing in front of the house. 80% of business came from someone you used in the past, you were referred to, or you personally met. 80%. That's why building your brand is so important, because people do business with agents they know, like, and trust, but only when they're remembered. 80% of business comes from the people right in front of us, and that's what video allows you to do. So let's go through the numbers and why it works. And the way that I look at lead generation is a little bit differently, but it's sort of not, because it all is still reliant upon numbers, and it is a numbers game. So let's go through the numbers, and these are the statistics that you really want to know and you should know. Now, 10 to 15% of the population moves each and every year. That's a mathematical fact. As a matter of fact, Melissa Data tracked this last year, and it was 14.19% of the US population moved. So what does that tell us? It tells us that it's not a matter of if they're going to move, it's more of a matter of when. And depending on your market, it's going to be anywhere between 6 and 9 years is when somebody moves. Now, the main reason why we're building a brand is not just to capitalize on the 10 to 15% of business. If you look at the previous slide that I just showed you, it's to capitalize on the 51% of referral business, because every single person in your tribe, in your network, in your own little ecosystem knows someone they can refer you to. So let's look at the numbers. Now, if 10 to 15, if I have 100 people in my database, that means about 10 to 15 of them are moving, and 100 of them have a referral for me. So let's compare this to like a Zillow or an online leads. If 1 in 30 Zillow leads converts, you know that you need to have 30 of those lead generating conversations. Now, what's the difference between that and just having 10 to 15 conversations with people you already know? That's what I'm talking about. Now, how many of you, I'm just curious to get a show, and please go ahead and comment. I'm watching your comments in your chat as we're talking here, but how many of you know you want to do video? You know you need to be doing video. There's guys like me telling you you need to get out there and do video, and then your broker's telling you to do video, then you're seeing other agents do video and you're getting jealous and you sort of want to do video with them. How many of you just don't know where the fuck to start? How many of you guys don't know, where do I start with video? I think this is the biggest holdup. Robert says yes, 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 don't know what to do. So you get the point of why we're doing video, but it's really to connect. So let me go through a little exercise on it. And honestly, your video strategy should be based upon your brand or your passion. Your passion, your brand should define your theme. Now, your real estate videos do not have to be a real estate. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you, don't do them about real estate, not all of them. The reason for that is that real estate's boring, dude. People don't want to hear about your interest rates or how many awards you won or anything about the market until they're typically in the time to talk about the market. Now, it's extremely important that whatever your video content or your theme is that it's something that you're passionate about. I'm going to give you several different examples. Now, the reason why that is so important is because the key to successful video is authenticity, right? If I do videos on something I'm not passionate about, it's going to come off awkward and I can't be authentic. Therefore, I can't be authentic. My goal is to connect. I'll never connect with someone I'm not passionate about. So there's so many different ways and video strategies that you can go with that you really want to pick something that you're passionate about. And don't worry, we're gonna give you guys several different examples. Now, here's why this is important, because like I said, video is a brand building thing. It is not a lead generation thing. At least to me, it's not. It's going to really build on your brand, which ends up therefore leading to more leads. So here's how video is, or communication is breaking down, right? 60% communication is based on the tone that I'm using. 30% is based upon the body language that I'm using. Only 10% is actually based on the content or what you have to say. And as a matter of fact, we're on Facebook Live right now, and 80% of the people that are going to watch this video aren't going to even hear the sound or know what I'm talking about until I do stuff like this. And I say, go up, sound, 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 sound. That might get someone to actually turn on the sound, because my body language is making it more excited, not me talking like this, okay? If you guys remember when you were kids growing up, your grandma or maybe your mom or your dad used to tell us, don't talk to me with that tone, Sonny. And it's absolutely true. It's not what you say, and it's how you say it, right? See, people are attracted to passion. They're attracted to authenticity. And that's why it's so important to understand what it is that you're talking about. Because when you say it with passion, when you say it well, and you're talking about something that you love, you're naturally authentic about it. So let me give you a couple different examples to put this into perspective. Before you can come up with a video strategy, you got to define what the hell your brand is. What's your brand story, right? So I want to give you a couple different designs that we worked with on some agents. This is an agent in the Tucson market. And what we do is we started off with her with like a deep dive. And I'm like, who the hell are you? I want to find out what makes you tick. Well, after a while, after a few hours, we figured out that this agent just likes to party. She likes to be sociable, right? She's about 60 something years old. I don't know exactly if you're watching this. I'm not quoting your age, but her whole brand's based upon a hospitable real estate experience. Now, when she is not working, what's she doing? She's socializing. She's having dinner parties. She's exploring town. She's checking out the new restaurants, the new vineyards, the new breweries in their area. So she's the sociable agent, and she has a hospitable real estate experience. Now, her video strategy would focus on hospitable type events, new restaurant openings, new brewery openings, places to take the kids for like Easter or trick-or-treating for Halloween. It doesn't matter. A sociable agent knows everything social, and her show is called Tucson Social. Has nothing to do with real estate, but she's a real estate expert, and real estate experts need to become the local experts of the area. Now, although her content isn't necessarily going to talk about real estate per se, the fact that she's on camera explaining local areas suggests she's in real estate. Let's do another one. San Diego real estate mama. What the hell would the San Diego real estate mama talk about? Well, after we interviewed this agent, we found out that the last 9 out of 10 clients that she actually had a closing with were actual parents. You see, if you look at the last 10 people that you've closed, had a closing or successful transaction with, you don't close anyone. I hate that term. I take that back. But if you look at those, you'll start realizing that people are just like you. Like if you're sitting here being like, it is sort of weird that all my clients turn into my beer drinking, guzzling buddies. Or if you're a gal, maybe you guys are doing wine night and cheese. I don't know, whatever the hell you do. The point is that that's not done on accident. I believe that we attract like people. We all do. And all your video series and your brand definition should be a spitting image of you based upon your own story and your own collections that you have. Is that making sense for some people? Now, let me give you another one. Here's a guy we just launched this week. His name is he's the house doctor. Now, when we met the house doctor, we found out that his whole story was based upon, 5 to 10 years ago, he owned a bunch of MRI centers. There's about 6 MRI centers. And eventually he ended up selling out of his MRI centers, but he was always seen as like this medical guy, this doctor guy. So his database knows him as, they think he's a doctor still. So from the marketability in his brand, what does the house doctor talk about? Well, he's their partner in real estate health. He talks about home remedies. He talks about healthy options. He keeps a health-centered type of business, and therefore his entire media strategy would be based upon healthy things. And what you see when we're doing the brand is that each one of these 3 examples right here, all of these agents are passionate about these things. San Diego Real Estate Mama is passionate about being a mama. So when she's talking about the top 5 breweries in San Diego that you can drink at with your kids, for example, she's in her natural element. She's in her natural state. And it's that authenticity that I'm really after. It's extremely important. The house doctor is always talking about healthy stuff. This is who he is as a person. You see, The real estate mama is a mom that happens to sell houses. The sociable agent is a social butterfly that happens to sell houses. The house doctor helps people make wise decisions. Oh, and he also helps to sell houses. It's never about what, it's about what your passions are and then adapting your interest to it next. Now, some of you are probably thinking like, oh my God, those are cool, but they're like, you know, I have a name. Great, it doesn't matter. You could brand your name. If you already are a brand and you've already been in the business for 10 plus years, brand your name, okay? I wanna show you an example of an agent who did just that. And the agent that we're looking at right here, her name is Regina Flores. She has a media show that she just launched in the town of Ramona, California. And what she's doing is she started a new little reality show called Ramona Revealed. And what she's doing with Ramona Revealed is that she's interviewing the business owners that make up Ramona. And she's revealing them one at a time. So let's go ahead and take a look. And I want you guys to please go ahead and comment just to make sure I know you can hear the sound on this video.
Gym in town, right here at 850 Main Street. Hey there, Regina Flores Real Estate Group, back with another episode of Ramona Revealed. And so I've been waiting for this for months, and it's finally here. Anytime Fitness opened up in my building, and now I have no excuses not to work out, because it's literally, as you can see, steps away. So let's go check it out.
It is my joy that we are finally open. And again, we're going to be a 24/7, 365. Come in anytime. We're staffed from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday. And no staff hours on Sundays, but that doesn't stop you. You can come in anytime. Fitness is something I've been passionate about for a long time. And so I'm here to share that passion. Here we're furthering life through health. And I'm excited to bring this opportunity to Ramona. We're 24/7. Not a lot of people can say that. Additionally, we have 83 parking spots in the back. We bring new equipment in every 6 months that the members help us decide what to bring in. We have virtual training, functional training. We have a hydro massage that's a good recovery tool. We have free weights. We have cardio. We're working on getting great trainers in, and we're going to have small group classes as well as live group and live programming. So come on in. We're excited to have you.
Awesome, right? Brand new, smells good, and it's open 24/7. I hope you like it as much as I do. Make sure you stop in and talk to Brad on how to sign up or the numbers listed below. Thanks, and we'll see you at the next Ramona Revealed.
So we're going to go through more in depth about why she's deciding to go the business owner route. But believe it or not, that entire video was just shot. That was the first video she ever did. She filmed it on her own. It was shot with an iPhone and a wide angle camera lens and a mic. And we're going to show you guys how that's all doable, but it's very simple. That video is really easy to create, and my 7-year-old daughter can film that with 1 day of training. So the point is that if you look at that video, what we're really after is her authenticity. See, Regina is absolutely passionate about Ramona. And you know, the fact that she's going out there and revealing all these different business owners, she's starting to make a splash there. But you can see that if I put Ramona or if I put Regina talking about, you know, something she wasn't interested in, she wouldn't have been as natural in that video. She wouldn't have been, if I have her talking about chess, like go play chess with Bobby Fischer, it would be awkward and it would show in the video, which is why you first need to define your brand story. And as you create video content in your local community, it has to be something you're passionate about. Does that make sense, folks? Good, good, good. So what I want to show you now is that, and we're going to come back and dial this in, but I want to show you, like, you know, when you're building a, when you're building and defining what your brand is, one of the most important videos to have is sort of like your about video. Like, let me ask you guys a question. How many videos have you guys seen of an agent that is like, I've been in the business for 25 years and I can help you do this because I am the best and me. See, I think that one of the most important videos that anyone has before they start implementing a video marketing strategy consistently is defining that brand, and most importantly, having a video bio on that. Because the video bio brand, the video bio has nothing to do with real estate. It has everything to do with how you roll. What's your personality? And I want you guys to think about all the different like Zillow opt-ins or the leads that you're getting. What we're talking about is creating content to help the conversion on the back end of those, as well as use this to stay in front of your own database. You see, what happens is that once you define your brand, you'll define your content strategy. And the content strategy and or theme is exactly how you can market your database without boring them with interest rates. We don't need to turn back the clock anymore, okay? So let me show you this and show you how this agent works, and then we'll go back and I'll tie it all together.
Life is way
If you guys don't hear this, please go ahead and message. I'm watching the chat.
too short to not be living it up, especially here in beautiful, sunny San Diego. You're probably thinking, gosh, where should I live? Let's face it, there's not even a bad spot in this city. But there are so many great spots to live. How do you know which one is the right one for you? Maybe you want to be near the coast, but oh, parking stinks. Maybe you want to be in a neighborhood where you can walk to everything, but the square footage is a lot smaller than what you want. Look, I get it. There's so many decisions, but that's where I come in. Hi, I'm Monique LeBlanc, and I help buyers and sellers make smart financial moves for their lifestyle. Not only do I take pride in helping my clients make a wise financial decision, but we have a heck of a time doing it. LeBlanc? Yeah, I'm Cajun and grew up in Southern Louisiana. And we always place an emphasis on fun, food, and family, and making the most out of every day. And I guess that's why I fell in love with San Diego the first week I got here. Part of making smart financial decisions is knowing all of your options and matching those up with your lifestyle and what you're comfortable with. You can't live it up too much when you're broke. So if you're looking to live it up in America's finest city and have a good time doing it, don't call a schmo, call Mo.
So when we look at this video, and the reason how we scripted that is that we wanted her to be natural. We wanted to tie in her heritage or Cajunness, I guess you would say, into the video to bring out the human side of her. Now, after we got to know the story of this agent, here's her background. She came and visited San Diego and never left. She came here on a vacation and just never went home. So what she's all about, like her whole media series is based on, it's called Living It Up San Diego, hence part of her tagline. And what she's going to be creating content and media on is the different experiences in San Diego that people should enjoy, that you should really experience yourself, that might not always been known about. Think about skydiving. I think there's a San Diego skydiving thing. Think about, hidden beaches where the surf's awesome. So living it up San Diego is because it's part of whom she is, and she's always living it up. It'll be very natural and authentic for her. Now, the second reason why determining your video strategy is so important is that, and we'll get into this in a little bit, but it's that you need to be able to do it consistently. So you cannot run out of stuff to talk about. And when you're talking about your passion, you won't. Extremely, extremely important. I hope that makes sense to you guys, and feel free to ask questions if not. Now, once you figure out what your theme is, we're going to go on to part number 2. There's a lot of different types of video strategies that you can go into, but you have to pick one that matches up to your brand. And let me give you an example. And this is the way to really look at it. When I'm speaking with a lot of agents, I always compare this to direct mail farming of running a successful business or a video campaign. And it really is. So let's take the similarities between the two. Because direct mail farming still works. I mean, people wouldn't be doing it if it didn't. But let's envision and let's walk through the process of why it works. Now, typically an agent would take out, I want to go farm a neighborhood. We would go out and, get 500 doors in a neighborhood that we like. We pick the neighborhood and we would mail them a postcard once a month. Now, after year 1, I might get 1 to 2 listings right off that, off of that campaign. Year 2, maybe I'm getting 3 to 5 or 5 to 7. And in year 3, I'm getting 10 to 12. All right. Regardless of what the stats are is irrelevant. The point is that over time, I start to see the fruits of my labor. Now, why do you think that is? Think about that just for a second. And what happens with direct mail farming is that over a while, the consistency is what builds the brand as that agent, or builds the farm area for that agent. And it's the consistency of the mailings. Now, what would happen if I took off? What would happen if I said, okay, I'm going to commit to direct mail farming, and when November comes in December, I'm going to go hang out with my kids. So I'm going to take 2 months off the postcards, and then I'm going to pick it back up again in January. Would that farming campaign lose some of its mojo because I stopped for 2 months? See, and the point is, it absolutely will. You have to, the point of using video is to be everywhere all the time. And you look at it the same way as farming, because realistically what you're doing is you're using these videos to farm your database and your local community. And it's the excuse to stay in front of them without talking about stuff that no one wants to hear, right? So there are a lot of different strategies that you can use, and we're gonna go through each one of these right now. One of them is interviewing business owners, which is my favorite. I will tell you exactly why. Green screen videos, local neighborhood videos. You could be doing holiday type videos. It doesn't matter which one you do, but what I'm getting at is that whatever you decide to do, you want to do it consistently. And if you commit to doing videos, commit to doing videos the same way you're going to do them as if you were direct mail farming. So let me show you an agent. I love the way this video turned out, so I wanted to use it. This one was shot a few weeks ago, and this is an agent in Minnesota. She's a newer agent to the industry, and she created a little media series called Local Love. Now, what Local Love does is Local Love is all about creating media and doing small business interviews to the locals love. So very catchy, very cute, but let's go through and see exactly how Kim knocked it out.
Hey, have you ever heard of Bend and Brew? What? Beer? Yoga? You're going to hear about it this week on Local Love. We are outside the Wicked Wart, one of my very favorite breweries in the Twin Cities. We're going to go in and meet the owner and find out why. Come on. This is Steve from the Wicked Wart. Hi, Steve.
Hi.
So how long have you been in business with the Wicked Wart here in Robbinsdale?
We started in 2014, putting the whole thing together. We've been here we've been open for a little over 2.5 years, and everything has been great.
That's cool. So what makes the Wicked Wart different than other breweries around?
The amount of space we have, we've got an amazing amount of space. So not only do we have a lot of room in here, we have a lot of room outside. We also have yoga. We do yoga here on Monday nights. We have Bend and Brew here on Monday nights. We have live bands just about every weekend. We have live music. We also have a small kitchen where you can get food. And we also use our neighbors around.
So tell me, how is the beer?
Beer's amazing. We have an awesome brewer. He does an amazing job at what he does. That's all he does. And he gets to use good ingredients. So everything is awesome with him. And he likes doing what he does. And he does an amazing job at it.
What did I tell you? This place is amazing. Wicked Wart, downtown Robbinsdale. You need to come check it out. Yoga, beautiful patio, dog-friendly outside and inside, and amazing beer. Come check it out. Kim Mann with Realty Group, bringing you an episode of Local Love. Stay tuned for next time.
So how cute is Kim in that video? And what we're doing with these different videos is, using Kim's personality to connect with people. You see, as you splash these videos about your social presence, you splash them out through video, email, and I'll show you how we do our distribution at the end here. But the point is that let me just go through the business video strategy goals. I believe this is the #1 lead source, or this is personally what I would do if I'm you guys. I would be doing small business owners because of these reasons. The small business owners represent about 5 to 7% of the population in any given market. Now, the small business owners are also tend to be the movers and the shakers and or the referral sources of that business. Now, Kim is doing local spots, the Local Loves, because all she's really doing is just filming the stuff that she does on the weekends anyways, because it's in her natural element. That's why she is so, authentic in her video. And authenticity is what we're after. Now, Kim is using these business owners because these business owners meet hundreds of people a week. And you don't think drunk people talk about buying or selling a house at the bar? I mean, she's going to create a mini TV commercial for that business owner. She's going to optimize it on YouTube, get the thing to rank so that she can start the strategy on a good foot, or start the new relationship on a good foot, because all you're doing is introducing your brand to the business owner's audience. Now, Steve is going to take that video and share it with his audience. That's then going to make Kim more exposure that she's not going to have to pay for. Now, Kim will take that video and send it out to her database, because we need to market our database with stuff, but we don't want to annoy them with boring real estate content. Right now, with that video, we're going to take it, we're going to upload it to YouTube, best breweries inside of Minnesota, or whatever the keywords are that we're going to use. And this is a video that we could turn into a blog post on Kim's website. And what we're doing is we're defining her brand with a reality show, or like a reality TV commercial. And these are just 2 to 3 minute videos. Another thing that's really important is the length of time in a lot of these videos. And what video really does, remember what I said, it's a brand building thing. She, Kim's a newer agent in the industry, but she looks like she's been doing this for years. And if I started doing videos talking about chicken and waffles, you would think I'm a chicken and waffle expert. And that's the point. See, video, when I say build your brand, it builds your brand in so many different ways. It doesn't matter what you talk about. Everyone already assumes you're an expert because you are on video. Super duper duper important. Couple questions. Yes, Al, you only want to create 1 to 2 minute videos, period. Do not go 4 or 5 minutes. We're not that cool. Let's give them what they want. Let's create some little, remember that the goal here is top of mind brand awareness, top of mind brand awareness. This is not lead generation, folks. What we're fighting for is the attention of our audiences. Your audiences are the relationships you have in life and the local community of people that you live in and live with. Can bar owners broadcast it on their screens? Yeah, absolutely. They should. Anything. The sky is off. It's off limits. It's whatever you want to do. This is your brand. You run it the way that you want. Any advice for lenders? Realtors are usually in a smaller region when lenders cover an entire area. It's all the same stuff, Bruce. I'm actually working with a lender right now who's creating video content for realtors and helping the realtors create these videos for them and coming in there as a video coach as opposed to a lender, because no one gives a crap about your rate sheets. So think outside the box. And yes, video has tremendous amounts of leverage into new relationship building, including with realtors, if you are a lender and or service provider. You're exactly right. Give people what they want and they'll ultimately give you what you want. Absolutely right. Now, any questions on the business owner strategy before we go on to the next? Cool. Okay, if you guys have questions, go ahead and ask them in here. I will message this. Now, depending on what your brands are, how many people would love to get in with a divorce attorney? How many people would love to get in with a probate attorney? How many people would love to get in with a strategic alliance that shares the same clients you do? You know what attorneys are all really, really bad at? Marketing. Interview them, optimize them, start thinking outside the box. We're creating mini advertisements for other people so that we have a way to approach the relationship with a give first. That's the only thing this works. You guys know this. When you're out there prospecting people and you're prospecting attorneys or strategic alliances, nobody wants to give you the time of the day. Same reason why you won't give a lender the time of the day to meet you for coffee on the next coffee meeting request. So that lender or you have to do something of value first to ask for the permission to do business. And that's exactly what we're doing. This is a great way to go, around the bot, or sort of get in through the back door, we like to say. So very, very powerful stuff. Now, let's talk about another type of style of videos. And I saw somebody post here as well. I think this came from Al Golas. You said that you're talking about doing some content type videos. And let's start by asking a few questions. If we're going to talk about real estate, it's got to be exciting. And let's face it, real estate is not that exciting. But that's exactly why we use green screen for all real estate content videos. And I want you to go ask yourself, how many of the Facebook Live videos are you watching on your feed today? Now I'm talking about when Facebook Live first came out. I'm talking about Facebook Live videos that you're watching today, where it's just someone with a talking head educating them on interest rates or the market or the local market update. And I want you to ask yourself a question is, do you really think people fucking care about that shit? All right. See how I just swore right there? That's a little bit of a pattern interrupt. Some of you guys are like, oh, that's what we're doing with videos. I did that on purpose. So let me walk you through what a content video would be, and we'll show you how that works.
So there's been a lot of buzz about selling your house for cheaper with alternative means. But are you truly saving much more money by going and doing it all on your own? Makes me wonder. So what is your total savings? Could you really sell your house on your own through Zillow? Does selling your house on your own truly save you money? Answering these 5 questions will help your family decide if this is the best option for you when it comes to selling your house. So in this week's Lawson's Lessons in Real Estate, I've outlined those questions and those answers and some helpful tips on whether to determine if you're going to utilize your own resources when it comes to selling your house or utilize an agent. Click on the link above or the link below for more information.
Very, very cool. So tell me, the blog post that we wrote with that video is how to sell your house without an agent. And it's meant to target FSBOs and for sale by owners. But if I just put Leslie there in front of a talking head and she's just sitting there in front of a whiteboard talking about the benefits of selling for sale by owner or with a realtor versus for sale by owner, first question is how long does it take until someone either clicks off or falls asleep? Second question is how exciting is that information? And I want you to think about putting this type of content on social media. I'm sorry, but when I go on Facebook, I'm not looking to learn about today's market. I'm looking to see what the hell happened to my friends. I want to see how many of my friends are having babies this month. So you want to use this to, the content that you create is extremely important. Now, I'm not saying there's a one right or wrong answer. Truth is, you could probably do a little bit of both. But let's talk about the goals. Every type of video campaign is going to have goals. We used to blog with green screen videos once a week. And the goal there was for brand awareness. Okay. Now, the other goal here is a little bit different than neighborhood videos. I want to create content or blog posts and video content around stuff that people search for. So I will actually reverse engineer the SEO and base it upon the content and then create content based upon what people type into Google or YouTube so that I can be easily found or more likely to be found. Ultimately, content builds your authority. People want to be connected with you, but at the same time, they also want to trust you. So your blog type content is very, very important because it becomes your core website content. You guys are free to log to my old site. I'm no longer practicing real estate. I've since moved to San Diego, but please go check it out, chicagorealestatedude.com. And go ahead and look at all of the content we have on that site. I've written about every single blog post you could possibly imagine. And that content did help me convert some leads, and it does rank for some searches. So it's a different type of strategy to use, but it does build your authority. And if you're going to talk about real estate type content, it's got to be more exciting than the talking head stuff is what I'm getting at. Al says, boring. If you're in a BNI group, interview all members in your chapter. Totally love that. I think as a matter of fact, I would take that up another notch. And let me give you another example. So we're talking about different videos and interviews. There's an agent in our office here that she focuses on the Portuguese Brazilian speaking market. And she interviews Portuguese Brazilian speaking businesses. And now she has a once a month meetup with this community of Brazilian speaking attorneys. It is a gold mine, folks. So yes, this is about taking it outside the box. Now, let's see, we got any other questions before we go on to the next one? Can you sprinkle in a little bit of all these strategies when folks want? Yes, you can. And honestly, your strategy is going, somebody asked a good question. Can you sprinkle in which is the right strategy for you? It's going to depend on your brand. There's two things here. People want to connect, right? The goal first is I look at video as a way to build a relationship with people, because I do believe that when someone checks you out, the first thing they do in their head is, can I picture myself working with this dude for the next 5 weeks? And the answer is either yes or no. Now, the second thing I'll tell you guys is that if you are trying to please everybody, you're going to resonate with none. And your branding will hit it off the park, and so will your theme when it pisses some people off. And it might be hard to say, but you can look at my branding if you want. I'll use myself as an example. The whole dude thing, some people don't think that's cool. Some people think that's professional. But at the same time, you know what? Fuck them. That's who I am. And I'm not going to get along with them anyways. Okay? when you just become you, that's what's so great about right now is that never before, we couldn't do this shit 10 years ago. We couldn't do this 15 years ago. I couldn't swear openly in front of you guys 15 years ago. But now I could be me to you and you could be you to your audience. And that's what this is about. All right, let's go on to a next type of video. Point of interest type videos. Let's say I wanted to become the local expert. This is actually a video we use for training. We shot at the beach. Again, all of these are filmed with our smartphones, but let's take a shot. Welcome to Encinitas. So the first time I landed here in San Diego, the first beach I came to was right here. It's called Moonlight Beach, Moonlight Beach is right in the heart of Encinitas. And it's freaking gorgeous. I mean, there's like mountains on both sides, cliffs on both sides. You can see it. It's just a great spot for the kids. Bring the family, come out here and have picnics on the weekends. I mean, just look at it. Check this out. I'm going to fast forward this just to the end. Here, beaches, they have concession stands, restrooms, so it's very family friendly. Volleyball courts right behind me, and over there they even have a playground for the kiddos. So if you're looking for this, it's located on the corner of D Street. And I don't even know if that's right because I just moved here, but you can look at it, the link directly below here, and check out us next week for another episode of the San Diego Trends. So when I moved to San Diego, I didn't know if I was going to sell real estate or not, and I did buy the domain name San Diego Transplant. And that was going to be the name of my media series. What I realized is that when I made the move across country from Chicago to San Diego, that there was a lot of questions I could not get the answers to. So I was strictly going to create content for relocations coming into the Southern California market and create content based around all the stuff that they would want to see. Where are the best schools? What's the commute like? Where are the best beaches? So there was a million questions I had, and I would have had an unlimited type of content strategy because I would have been talking about something that I've experienced myself that I'm passionate about. And really all I was going to do is go on staycations every weekend with my kids and just create video content on it. All right. Is this starting to sink in for you folks? Now, community type videos, what are the goals on these? Brand awareness, all of this stuff you guys is sell without selling. But go ahead and look on some of my YouTube channel for some of my other neighborhood videos and look up best Chicago neighborhoods. And I've termed and ranked that keyword so that a lot of the Chicago neighborhoods I rank for. So we're looking for website SEO ranking. We're defining the brand with the show, but you could see that it'll just help build your local experts or your authority. Now, I want to talk about some other type of videos, okay? You could just do stuff that's different. How many of you guys have seen the out of the box videos are the ones that are getting shared, liked, and commented? And the more professional, hey, I'm Mike and blah, 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 talking head, no body language, they're not getting any engagement. Folks, we have to be more exciting with the content that we're creating, which is exactly goes back to my point about creating content around stuff you're passionate about. All right. I'm passionate about showing you guys this stuff. You could see that in my body language right here on the video. So you have to be passionate. Honestly, it matters if spring's here or not. And I would defer that question to the groundhog. No, I'm not crazy. It's a fact. I mean, it's just a better time to sell in spring than it is in winter. All right, so if he sees a shadow, there's going to be spring right away.
No, if he sees a shadow with 6 more weeks of winter, dude, come on.
Serious?
Yeah, come on.
What's Luke say?
Luke!
What's up?
So if the groundhog sees his shadow, is it spring coming or is winter staying?
No, it's winter. If the groundhog sees its shadow, it's winter.
What do you think?
This is what you're arguing about?
Come on.
Dude, our clients are asking us.
Honestly, it doesn't matter.
So we're talking about Groundhog's Day. Think outside the box. I needed something to do that was fun for Groundhog's Day. And I was just like, well, Groundhog's Day, we say, is it springtime or not? So we tied in the spring market to the holiday. And the video, I forget what we boosted the video ad on that for, but it's probably along the lines like, is now a good time to sell? And it would say, you know what, I defer that to the groundhog. Now, I want to do outside the box stuff. Again, all of this revolves around fighting for the attention of our audiences, connecting first, building a relationship, and then you could sell them something down the road or down later. Graylon says, kitty litter cleansing mask video. Would you watch me put liquidity kitty litter on my face? Yes, I would definitely watch that. And I'm sure a million other people would as well. Folks, there was a video not too long ago that was a guy, he's actually in San Diego market too, and he was doing the floss and it went viral. He got 1.2 million views. It was the most simple video to go out and film. But the genius behind that was that all the kids are doing the floss dance right now. And that's why it's so important. All right. And that's why it took off, because all the parents recognize that. And it was very funny, very comical. A lot of you probably have even seen it. And that's the point. The fact that I'm talking to you about it got the attention of me. And now I'm telling you guys about this other dude's brand. That's the power of video, folks. And that's really the right way to go ahead and use it. So let's go through to step 3. And what we're going to do on step 3 is, how do you learn how to film all of these different videos, Mike? And what we do is, I won't play this video all the way through. I will go ahead and let it, I'll turn off the volume and let it play in the background here. But what we do is we have a DIY video boot camp. And all of these videos, you guys, believe it or not, they're all done on our phones. You see, what happened is that the day that the gimbal came out, this thing here, and a wide angle camera lens you could put right here on this phone. And this is an iPhone 6, by the way. Okay, this thing doesn't even work half the time. And this video is filmed on that thing. All the videos I film are on this thing. And what we do at the DIY Video Bootcamp is that we actually show you exactly how to take the shots. There's about 10 to 12 different shots you need to learn. And as long as you could go like this, like this, like this, and like this, you could pretty much do these on your own. And why we did this was because, let's face it, the second biggest hurdle with agents right now is that video's too freaking expensive. How many of you guys is that part of the reason that's holding you back? You know, these videos typically would be $1,000, $1,500, $1,200. A lot of people don't have it. So that's what we've sort of really streamlined and sort of created. So I will show you guys how to get involved in the DIY Bootcamp. It is a day training, and we're actually going to be bringing that online, and you'll be able to take it anytime you want. And what we do with agents that we bring on, we do their video strategy for, is that we'll actually map out your entire script for you, your attention getter, your intro. The show will always stay the same, and that's what these videos are. They're templates. You know, I want you to think about watching the news at night, and can you imagine the news not having the weather at, you know, minute 17 to 21, or the sports not being played at minute 22 to 25? Or could you imagine Days of Our Lives, for all you ladies out there still watch that soap opera if it's even a thing? Can you imagine if Days of Our Lives didn't have the same format? And that's really what we're doing when we're creating this media. We're creating a storyboard, and nothing ever changes except the story behind it. The process is the same. And that's what we're doing with videos. You know, with videos, it's really simple. We're just saying, here's a template, follow this, and this is your show series, and go ahead and make it happen. All right. Now, if we do work with anybody on the videos, we have built this thing out, and I'll just tell you really quickly about what we do, but we do everything for you. You film, we do everything else, including distribute. We take your video, we turn it into a blog post, we upload it, we pop it on your site, we turn it into content, then we distribute it to your database, we run it to your Facebook database, and we post it, and we even video email it outside for you. So super duper duper important. We do all of this stuff for you. Now, let's go through step 4, planning. All right. Consistency is the key, guys. And I want to go through and show you how to really look at video creation if you're going to go ahead and do something like this. So let me start with this, is that you have to pre-plan all this stuff. So if you see this guy, this is February. That means in January, I filmed the videos that are being published in February. Okay. In February, I'm filming the videos that are gonna be published in March. Folks, you have to look at your business as a little media center. And if you follow people like Gary Vee and those types of trainers and gurus, they're right on with everything they're saying. We are looking at our business like a media department. And you could see how easy it is to fill in the blank and to have consistency with video just from this example. So let's just say I went and I set up an interview type series, and I committed to saying, okay, I'm going to do this 2 days a month. All right. And my show is called San Diego Transplant, and I'm focusing on San Diego Transplant type content. Well, I know that the first and third Wednesdays of every month, that show, they're published. Okay. And if Days of Our Lives doesn't come on at X amount of time every day, who knows what the hell it is, would that be a show? If the news didn't come on at 10 o'clock p.m. every day, would that be a show? And the answer is no. Consistency is everything. Now, let's say I did an interview and I'm like, all right, I'm going to do 2 interviews a month. Great. I already know what I'm doing in January. Now, let's just say I wanted to step up my game. I see my video content working. Great. Now I'm going to throw in a neighborhood video per month. And that would be the first Friday of each month. Now I have 3 videos going per month. Oh, shoot. Then I'm going to start doing some holiday videos and start humanizing my brand. So the holidays might average 1 or 2 a month. Oh, great. Now there's 4 videos in the month. Oh, shoot. I got some listings. Those are what we call transactional type videos. But you can see how the stuff would fill in right away. My advice is to pick out a consistent video strategy and just sprinkle in the rest as they come, depending on what you were trying to do. All right. Does that make sense, folks? Let me get this question from Lynn. Lynn asked, do you distribute to any platforms in addition to Facebook? All of them. Hell yeah. Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Every single social media platform is just an extension of your database. I probably wouldn't be on Facebook if it wasn't for business. Facebook is the way I stay in touch with everybody. So I look at these as no differently than I look at my email list, my direct mail list. I look at social media as just different communication centers to keep my name out there at the forefront. Maybe I'll answer your question right here. So here's our video distribution channel. Here's exactly what we do with every video that we create, because if you're not, if no one's seen your videos, I'm telling you right now, there's no point to create them. You got to get them seen, right? And you can't expect every video you have is going to go viral. Some videos are going to bomb. That's part of it. Just like some direct mail pieces are going to bomb. It's the consistency that wins over time. And just think the tortoise versus the hare. The tortoise wins because of the consistency and just keeping the same pace, right? Same concept here. It's a concept in business in general. So what we do with the videos is we video email it to our database. Now, why do I use video email? We know we need to use email to stay in front of our database, but the problem is that we're sending them crap content. I'm sorry, nobody cares that the clock turned back. People can look outside their window and know that it's springtime out. Don't clog up my email with crap content. So we did a test yesterday. This is sort of an accident. It's interesting. But we saw our one guy, we have an agent inside of it, and we're doing his blog content. And he's like, I want to see how many people opened up my video emails. And he had 112 people on his email list. And out of 112 people, 79 opened it. It's about a 70% open rate. Now, the national average is 13%. The reason why people are opening his emails is because there's a freaking video in it. And again, what we're fighting for is the attention of our audience. If no one's watching your shit, there's no point in sending it out. If you send out crap shit, no one's going to open it. So again, we tie it all in. It's the media strategy gives the excuse to open. And at the same time, you do not have to always preach, sell, 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 sell. What we need to do is really say, don't forget I exist. Don't forget I exist. Don't forget I exist. Don't forget I exist. Again, that's what we're talking about, fighting for the attention of our database. Now, to answer your question, Graylon, I think I said that correct. But yeah, we distribute it the same on all platforms. You might change the text a little bit, but remember, none of this video content is really like, it shouldn't be salesy. So based upon your brand tonality, I'm a dude, so I talk like a dude. Whatever your brand is, I'm going to talk like however your brand is. And yeah, we'll put it on LinkedIn. We'll put it on social media and every platform that you're on. Now, do you need a website? I believe everyone should have a website in the year 2018. I believe you should also have a website that you own in the year 2018, not that you lease. The videos long live on your website. If you go to my old site, Chicago Real Estate Dude, you'll see there's a video on every page. The reason is to connect with people. That's it. I knew that I had to connect with people. That's all I want my website to do. I don't have IDX on my site, never have. I look at a site as a place to my collection of transactions, stories, content, interviews. It's my brand. I have to create the content on my site to get people to visit it. You see, when you have your content there, You give an excuse to visit your site. And that's the whole point, is that your website is like your storefront. Think of like, think of like 7-Eleven, for example. 7-Eleven wants to get as many people into their store so that they could buy more candy bars. Well, you don't get people into your store if you're in a bad location. They strategically pick locations in certain areas so they could get that foot traffic, get gasoline if they sell gas, whatever. And it's no different than this. If you don't have content on your site, what the hell is someone going to go there for? See, the reason why I said I don't really care if I have IDX on my site is because I think my clients are going to go to Zillow or Redfin. I mean, I threw that towel on a long time ago. But what Zillow and Redfin don't have on me is content creation. They don't have personality. They don't have any of that. So that's where we can win at, and that's where we can beat them at. And we're doing this on a hyper local level. Now, once the videos are done, you want to optimize them on YouTube for rank. Every video you have, you're going to want to optimize on YouTube for rank. This is a quick example. Chicago real estate. I started creating these videos a long time ago. And it's nice when you type in Chicago real estate, if I could have 2 of those top spots. I don't pay for those. Those are free. That's organic. That's what I mean by YouTube optimization. So it's important that you rank the videos the way that you want them. But let's get into Facebook. There's not a better spot to socially farm your networks. The 2 audiences that I highly recommend targeting on Facebook is that we will take your final email list, your cell phone list, upload your database into Facebook as a custom audience, and farm your content to them first. That's where 65% of business comes from. And the reason why we have to pay to reach our own database is because of Facebook algorithm. You're not going to reach 100% of your audience on your personal page. You're going to have to pay to reach some of those people. All right, is that making sense? That's sort of a more advanced type topic. Now, the secondary audience I would create would be an audience on Facebook that relates to my brand. Okay, if you're a dog guide, I'll give you guys another example. There's a guy in Denver. I want him to get this media series up, but I realize that he gives back 10% of his commissions to the dog rescue. I also realize that when he's not at the dog rescue, he's hanging out with his dog, or he's volunteering his time at the dog rescue. This guy doesn't sell houses, he sells dogs' backyards. And his video series should be creating pet-friendly breweries in Denver, pet parks in Denver, pet-friendly restaurants in Denver, dog-related content because he's a dog dude. His closing gift should be a freaking dog house or a dog gift or something like that. But the point is that guy will have his email, his database uploaded into Facebook, but his secondary audience would people in his local geographic area, as well as people that also like dogs, okay? So it is very easy to put your brand in front of the right people using Facebook, all right? And this is really what it looks like. I'll show you my business model in Chicago, and it was pretty simple. Chicago Real Estate Dude was my brand. The dude talks about funny shit, and I would just be me going around Chicago. Now, what I did have was I had a direct mail list. And think about those of you who are farming with your direct mail. This is very powerful to add on and to socially farm them with your video content simultaneously. It's really the same thing, but we're doing it with database. So yeah, I had my database automated on a direct mail campaign, and that went to them each and every month, 1 to 2 times a month. Now, I also have all my database plugged into my Facebook and my Instagram and my other social connections, my LinkedIn and whatever social profiles I'm on. And I would take that video and use the video to market my database. I would upload to my personal page, but I would also simultaneously pay to reach the other people who weren't seeing my personal page content. And then I would take that same video and email it directly, email it to my entire database. You see, when you do these 3 things consistently, you're suddenly everywhere all the time. Is that making sense, folks? Good, good, good. So I hope I was able to give you guys a really good understanding of video content. I will go out and show you guys what we're going to be offering today. Let me go ahead and get out of this screen right here. And what I want to show you guys is exactly what Flip This Agent is. And if you need more help with video type content creation, editing, we really do it all for you guys. So I want to show you what I mean by that and how it works and where to find more info on it. Now, the first thing I want to give you guys is my website. Go to it. There's a ton of content on it. Subscribe to our podcast. Leave us a message. Share this with your broker. put a video marketing dude inside of your office. But when you go to my site, realestatemarketingdude.com, click on Flip This Agent, or you could go to flipthisagent.com and it'll, take you right to this page. But our process is pretty simple. And what we're going to be doing are branding consults, free branding consults for people that are interested in taking this on. We do not take on everybody. I don't have the capacity to. We will take on about 5 to 10 in the next week or so. And then we reopen it up every month. So if you are serious about doing video in your business, we want to be your real estate marketing dude. So what we do throughout that process is you would set up a call with us first, but we'll walk you through the entire process. The very first thing we do is we define that brand. Okay, we go through a deep dive therapy session, ask you guys, find out who the hell you are, because it's got to be authentic. All right. Once we define the brand, we're going to map out the visual story and or logo that goes along with it. Your logo is extremely important, guys. You have to understand how the brain processes information. And the truth is that the brain processes visual imagery 60,000 times faster than anything you could say verbally. Okay, so it's very important that what people see on a daily basis also reemphasizes the brand building in your market. Now, once we know all of that, we will script and film out your entire about video. We'll help you define and script out your entire video marketing strategy with consistency regarding on which type of campaign that you want to do. We're going to show you and invite you to a live boot camp, or you could take the online version. But we'll map out the whole studio. I'm going to show you exactly how to use the smartphone. This isn't hard. If your 8-year-old kid can do it, you can do this. Okay, this is not rocket science, but you do need to know the right shots to go ahead and take. What we also do is actually, you know what? I'm not even on my page here. Sorry about that, folks. Flipthisagent.com is where we're at, and I'm walking people through what our process is. But when we're done with that, we want to help you build the rest of your database as well. We do not want to just throw you out there and just do video content. The truth is that email, direct mail, social media presence, those 3 channels all the time are extremely important. And what we do is we help you build out all of those different lists. We have a software company called Attractor. And what Attractor does is it's a giant, don't forget I fucking exist database marketing thing. Okay, excuse my language. That's the easiest and fastest way to go ahead and put it. But we farm relationships instead of strangers. That's how it works. That's the simplicity behind our system. And that's what we do. And it works really well. So we also rebrand your entire digital footprint with your new branding. We'll go through and take all of your Facebook, rebrand your Facebook, your Instagram, all your social accounts, your portal sites, your realtor.com, your Zillow.com, all of those different stuff. And if you even need a website, we'll build you that too. Really depends on what you need to do. And once we're done with this, we automate everything going forward. The agents we're working with, you guys film content, you drop it into a little box for us. We do everything else. It's really that simple. This is also like a training and coaching type thing. So one of the things I've been having a blast with, absolutely, is the transformation process that comes through with each agent we work with. And what's happening is that a lot of this is sort of a mindset type shift. I think a lot of the problem with our industry is that the gurus tell us to go prospect, 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 prospect. But the truth is that's not where the majority of business comes from. Majority of business comes from statistically and factually what I'm sharing with you right now. And I'm not saying prospecting is bad. I'm just saying I think this should come first. So, of course, I'm biased, but the coaching, we take you through several different calls and you will learn how to market a brand in a sell without selling type of way by the time we're done with this, or we don't get done with it at all. I'm here to help you guys win, and that is the truth. So if you look at our pricing is broken down right here. There's different packages we have. I won't go through it all with you right now, but if you are interested in this, I'm going to get to the questions because I see quite a bit of them. If you guys are interested in this, you go to realestatemarketingdude.com, or you could go to flipthisagent.com and schedule a demo with me right on the site. Expect about a 45-minute call. Don't know if this is right for you, but that's what the point of the call is. We don't take anyone on without a branding consult or an interview first. And if it's something that works for you, we'd like to have you. So let me get to some of these questions. What's up, Alvin? I used to use your short sale region. Fine. Oh, cool, man. Yeah, thanks for doing this. I want it. Carmen Z, come on in. I see you. Carmen Z came on from Washington, D.C. How much is it? Oscar, there's different packages. It depends on what you're trying to do. The breakdown of these packages is pretty straightforward. Package number 1 is for someone who doesn't want to do any video. They just want to market their whole database. Package number 2 is for somebody that we don't need to do any creative. We're just defining their content strategy. We're setting up everything in package number 1, and we're going to get them up and running on their video strategy, whether it's 2 or 1 a month. We'll build out the whole template, the scripts, and we will build out the brand and the content strategy. Package 3 is everything. We're doing everything: the website, the about video, the brand strategy, logo design, everything else. So there's really just a package for everybody. We do have add-ons, but it just depends on where you're at in your business, to be honest with you. Most of our agents, it's been a lot of fun. We're not doing anything crazy, guys. See, what I realize is that it's really simple. All I know how to do really well is tap into your existing relationships and make them not forget you exist creatively. That's all this is. And I believe that those relationships are sources of business. I know they are doing it. Let's see, any other questions we have here? I have passion. Alex asks a really good question. He says, I have a passion for mindset. Can I be successful with a motivational minute theme? Hell yeah, you can. But your theme would have to be dialed in to represent what it is. So maybe you become the passionate realtor. I don't know. Something along those lines is going to be extremely successful, but people will follow that, more importantly, especially if you're doing interviews based upon people who overcame really hard objections that they should have otherwise failed. That would probably be the theme of that show. And that's some people rally around inspirational stories like no other. So that's a really good one. Definitely. That would work. Grillon, yes. Let me give you, people are asking about pricing. So let me show you what we've done. And I hate using this term, guys, so forgive me for using it, but we Uberized the video game, all right? Typically these interview videos, what are you going to pay for those? $1,000, $1,500 a month. The community videos at 2 a month is $325 per video. Okay, those prices are really, really, really low. It's the lowest we could get them because we wanted to create an easy way for realtors to do this consistently without breaking the bank. That's the number one reason why most people are, and what to do strategy combined with that. But for $325 a video to fully distribute, optimize, edit, do everything else, it's about as cheap as it comes. And the question that I have a lot of agents ask is if you did 12 videos or 24 videos a year over the course of 12 months, if the cost comes out to be, let's just say it's 10 grand, it's a lot less than, let's say it's $10,000. Is it going to be, are you really not going to get an ROI at 24 videos a year on your database? You either don't have an ROI or don't have a database, or you're not right for or you're not right for it. It's just be everywhere all the time. Hopefully that answers some questions. Let's see. Yeah, the package price is the onboarding. Like I said, this is we take you through this, get you trained up on first show, define what the video strategy is going to be, and then from there, implement it and launch it. It's like people ask me what I do, and I'm like, I guess I'm like a mixologist. You know, look at restaurants. Restaurants hire mixologists to come into their business and do create drinks that create the ambiance or match the ambiance of the restaurant. They pay them, $10,000 to $15,000 to create that. So all I'm doing is the exact same thing. It's hard to look at your own business or look at yourself and first determine that you're a brand. It is a little weird. And even once you do, you're like, okay, shit, now what do I do next? I have to go to my friends to ask for advice on my branding because I'm in the weeds and you're in your own weeds. And that's the biggest thing that I've seen. Let's see what other questions we have here that I did not get to yet. And keep the questions coming, folks, because we're going to end this in just a couple of minutes. I'm trying to keep it to an hour. Let's see. Anything else? We're going once. I think I got these all here. Try to schedule the consultation, Lynn. As long as you scheduled on there, Lynn, we will get it. So I did not see anything come through, but I'm not on my email at the same time. So someone on my team will reach out if not. Anybody else have any other questions? Here's my parting thoughts, guys. I believe that there's not many people doing this yet, but I think if in about 2 or 3 years, everyone will. And by that time, we're probably gonna be doing virtual reality type stuff. Who knows? Truth is that this stuff is always changing. Video is not new, but it's relatively new to the real estate space. At least people doing it this way, creating media around the brand. But we believe this is like a land grab right now. We think that you could get way ahead because no one else is doing this. And with the average age of the realtor being 56.5 years old in the United States, it's not going to be that hard to get far ahead with it. When you build the audience in any business, sales always come as long as you nurture it. And that's all we're doing with real estate. Let's see what we got here. Another question came in. When's your next video boot camp? August 7th, Jess. That one is in San Diego, but we have another one in Bakersfield, another one in Orange County. And then once you guys tell your brokerages about a tractor, we could do one in your office, like we just did one in Minnesota. A tractor is a brokerage facing product, and it is good for your brokers to put in your office, and you can use all of our stuff for free. That's what it is. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it. Cool. Sounds good. Anything else, folks? Going once, going twice. All right, folks. Flipthisagent.com, real estate marketing dude. At worst, subscribe to the podcast, read the blog. A lot of this stuff's also taught in there. You'll get quite a bit of content. There's a free course on top of my site. But I appreciate you guys' time today, and enjoy your day. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.